Okay, so in this video, we're going to talk about a lot of things that pertain to the end and the beginning of the world as you know it and the world to come. So let's just jump right in it. Let's watch this video on the 89 seconds to midnight, meaning they are saying it's close at hand, that the end of the world as you know it is about to come to an end. And so let's just jump right into this video, and then we'll get into the scriptures that the Most High wants us to pull out in this video.
It is the determination of the Science and Security Board of the Bulletin of the Atomic Scientists that the world has not made sufficient progress on existential risks threatening all of humanity. We thus move the clock forward. In setting the clock closer to midnight, we send a stark signal. Because the world is already perilously close to the precipice, any move towards midnight should be taken as an indication of extreme danger and an unmistakable warning. Every second of delay in reversing course increases the probability of global disaster. It is now 89 seconds to midnight. This is the closest the world has ever been to midnight.
Okay, so there's 89 seconds left to midnight, according to the Doomsday Clock folks. And what this means is that there's going to be a revelation that is made. And I want you to think about what this White House press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, says on behalf of Donald Trump. And I want you to think about what side is Donald Trump actually playing for? Is he actually playing for humanity? Because Donald Trump pretended during the campaign, he presented himself that he would reveal to the public everything that was happening with these so-called drones. But let's listen to what she says here, and then I'll come back to show you how to connect all of this as to what's going on in these last 89 seconds.
And before I turn to questions, I do have news directly from the President of the United States that was just shared with me in the Oval Office. From President Trump directly, an update on the New Jersey drones. After research and study, the drones that were flying over New Jersey in large numbers were authorized to be flown by the FAA for research and various other reasons. Many of these drones were also hobbyists, recreational, and private individuals that enjoy flying drones. In time, it got worse due to curiosity. This was not the enemy. A statement from the President of the United States to start this briefing with some news.
Okay, so this response from Donald Trump concerning the New Jersey drones was a complete letdown for a lot of people, because they were expecting Trump to release information confirming that this planet either is being visited by extraterrestrials, or if this planet is being if these beings are coming from the earth, from somewhere else on the earth. So it was a complete letdown. But let's see if we can connect the dots as to why Donald Trump did not disclose what was really going on with those drones. Listen to what this guy has to say here.
Of Trump speaking. And I want you to pay close attention to the right eye, and this is the one that'll be more closed. I want to know if you see anything strange going on with his right pupil. Here, take a look.
Okay, it looks regular right now.
Look, his pupils are changing.
It looks like it is.
It dilates. It goes back.
So why do you live in Washington?
and his right pupil is not the same size as his left. Look, Derek, now it's fucking back. What the fuck, yo?
Did you happen to notice that the right eye kind of looked like a reptile? No, let's just say it. It looked like a reptile. And did you notice he was trying to close the eye because he didn't want people to see it? So just what is going on here? So if shape-shifting is correct and it's valid, then what we're seeing here is akin to a movie that came out in the 1980s called They Live, starring the wrestler Roddy Piper. And in this movie, the shapeshifters were able to change their look into regular human beings. So when people saw them on the street, they looked like regular humans. But Roddy Piper got a hold of these special sunglasses, and when he put them on, he could see everyone who was an alien or a shapeshifter. And I'm sure many of you who watch my channel are familiar with the movie They Live. Now, I want to show you a
Okay, so based upon this video that he showed, Donald Trump is a reptilian. He is a fallen angel. And with that being said, let's go to the very first scripture that we're going to read out of the sealed book. And this is chapter 54. This is chapter 4, and I'm going to read verse 52. And I read this multiple times in other videos. But I think this time it's going to hold more weight, if you understand what I'm saying. After seeing that video of Donald Trump showing that he is one of the fallen angels, and you folks here listening to this video, you're going to have to accept that this world is a simulation for those gods, and they come in and they begin to interact with our simulation, and you have to learn how to recognize these individuals by their appearance, or their hidden appearance, I should say, and how they forecast that they are a part of that establishment. I mean, so shapeshifting should not be something strange, because Christ himself changed his shape. As a matter of fact, let's prove that. For those of you who do not know that, let's prove that even the Son of God was able to manipulate this simulation. Why do you think that he was able to walk upon water? Why do you think that he was able to do all of the things that he did? It's because these beings have a different control over this simulation. Now, staying focused while I look this up, is now you have to understand why Trump addressed the public the way he did through his press secretary, and he treated it like nothing. Because if in fact that the president of the United States is a fallen angel in human flesh, then it would make sense why he would not release this information. So again, I'm looking for the scripture to prove that the Son of God, Yahushua, did in fact change his form. He did shapeshift, for lack of better words. So the 89 seconds to midnight is because the king that is over them, which is Donald Trump, has been crowned as king, as president, and the destruction the unfolding of this world as you know it is close at hand. And this is what they're telling us with this doomsday clock. Let me see if I can find it. Again, the powers that be want to slow down this video, so they're going to slow down the internet. But we are going to press on because the kingdom needs to have this information. So again, you have to understand when you see The Simpsons explaining to you how your elected officials are all reptilians. They're not joking. They're not joking. They're telling you how these beings really behave. The angels can come down because they come from the spirit world where there is no flesh. Flesh and blood cannot enter the kingdom of God. So they come from a world that is basically a world of consciousness beings that don't have bodies like we have bodies. So the angels, when they come down, they have to put on flesh. They can put on flesh at will and walk right down the street. This is why you see some videos of people that look like they're popping out of thin air, because the angels come down into this simulation. This is the greatest video game ever created. And here it is in Mark chapter 16, verse 12. And it says, after that, he appeared in another form unto two of them as they walked and went into the country. So he was hiding his appearance. So Howard Shah could shapeshift his simulation character, if you will. Just like in the movie Tron, is another film that speaks about how we are living in this simulation and how to manipulate the simulation. Okay. And so again, it says, after that, he appeared in another form unto two of them as they walked and went into another country. Let me click on it and prove to you that this is speaking about Christ for those that would challenge and dispute what I just read applies to Christ. So we are at 89 seconds to doomsday, when the son of destruction is revealed. And you're seeing all types of destruction happening all around the world, from fires to planes to helicopters running into planes, things like that. You see all kinds of stuff happening. You know, snow is snowing where it never snowed. And it's, you know, you got, you know, LA burning up. You got Maui burning up. You got certain parts of Ohio. And it was another place that was on fire. It'll come back to me. I mean, you got all kinds of destruction happening. This world is coming to an end. Okay. So see right here. And it says, now when Ahahushai was risen early the first day of the week, he appeared first to Mary Magdalene, out of whom he had cast 7 devils. And she went and told them that had been with him as they mourned and wept. And they, when they had heard that he was alive and had been seen of her, believed not. After that, he appeared in another form. So he appeared one way to Mary Magdalene. And then he appeared another way to his homeboys, right? To us. And after that, he appeared in another form unto two of them as they walked and went into the country. And they went and told it unto the residue, neither believed they them, right? Because Ahahushai changed his form. And this is one of the things that you're going to have to renew your thinking with, is that, like here, Ahahushai was changing the way he looked every time he encountered someone in order to detect if they really believed in all the stuff that he showed them before he died. You're going to have to accept shape shifting as a part of your spiritual reality. Another thing we're going to read about this, another thing that you're going to have to understand is when Ahahushai was resurrected, not everyone saw him. Only people that were chosen of Ahawah worthy enough to see him in the resurrection. Everybody else could not see him. And so that is a very different reality than believing that Christ just rose from the dead and anybody who was present could see him. That it didn't happen. In other words, Ahahushai could walk right down the street, and if you weren't chosen to see him, Ahawah kept him hidden from your view. So it would be as if he didn't walk down that street. So when we talk about who really believes in the gospel versus those who really don't, who are faking, pretending like they believe in the gospel, we're talking about two different things, because it has not been preached well to the last 2, 3, 4, 5 generations. They just wholeheartedly believe what the Christian doctrine told them, and they think that it's the end all say all, and it's not. And I'm afraid to tell you, it's not. Just like with Donald Trump, you don't know that the Bible was calling them reptilians inwardly, right? That eye is the window of the soul, as we all understand. And so what is that soul projecting through the eye? That they are reptilians, just like the book of Revelation says here. That their spirits, right, when you take away the simulation body, the avatar, the physical avatar, when you remove that avatar, you really understand that we are all not the same people. That's why you cannot preach that we're all going to be saved. You cannot preach that we all should be segregated or desegregated, I should say. We should be segregated. We should be separate, because not every human being shares the same spirit, the same identity within inside the body, because these bodies are nothing more but a character in a game. And you have to know who is operating that avatar, that character in this game. So it makes sense why Trump didn't want to address the public on that news. I thought that he would have came out and been like, let me tell the public. But no, he passed the buck. And now we're going to find out why he passed the buck, because there is a reptilian takeover of this planet according to the scriptures. So let's go to Revelations. And he said, and I saw 3 unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, Donald Trump, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. So these spirits look like frogs. Frogs are reptilians. Okay, they are reptilians. Now let me go to this scripture here, and let's see if this fits why Trump did not addressed the public, and the response that he gave could be to carry out further reptilian takeover of this planet. Let's pay attention to what it says here. And this again is the sealed book, chapter 4, verse 52. And it says, and now with the purpose of the people of the covenant no longer to be deceived. See, the elect are supposed to be telling you that what I just said, that these avatars are being controlled by reptilians. And so this is why you got to understand why the races are different, right? The races are different because the spirit, those that are operating those avatars as white people are different than those that are operating the avatars as black people. But unfortunately, these reptilians got the technology to create tears among all nations, not just black people. But black people got to understand that there are black people among us that are creations of these reptilians. And that's why Howard Shah said in the parable of the wheat and the tares that the enemy had created these tares. These people that look like us, that are posing as our relatives, that are born in the same womb with you, they could be the creation of these reptilians. So they are reptilians that are, all over the world, And so they have taken it over. This is how they have taken the world over, by the creation of their kind, posing as different ethnic groups, if you can understand what I'm saying. So it says, and now with the purpose of the people of the covenant, which are the Israelites. But don't just think of, when we say Israelites, we're not talking about the common Israelites, because they will not obtain what they are looking for. Only the elect, right? Only those that are counted for the seed, right? Because we are the children of promise. We are the people of the covenant, not just any black person, Because if you look through videos of the Hebrew Israelites, you're going to see that a lot of Hebrew Israelites are doing this type of stuff. A lot of Hebrew Israelites are reptilians in disguise. So you have to understand that the only people that are not going to be deceived are those that are actually the children of God. And so it's a difficult decision to make when you got to look in your own household, as Howard Shah commanded you to do, that a man's enemies, right? Because he say an enemy has done this, right? A man's enemies shall be they of his own household, of his own biological family. Like these reptilians take over your children, they take over your wives. And so there is going to be a battle within inside your own home that you're going to have to now be tested to the brink. This is the greatest test of all, to show your allegiance to Christ or not. If you can detect within inside your family, if you're going to love the avatar, right, the video game character, more than you love what is controlling the character. And so Howard Shah said, Christ said that your enemies, these same reptilians would be born in your house, would be from your own family. So you'll see a lot of Hebrew Israelites right in front of the cameras that they set up, showing their allegiance. They're doing these same things that these reptilians are doing, right? You see them doing these things, same thing, right? You see him doing the same thing. Look at this. Let me click on this one. Because when they came out with Black Panther, they were showing you with that sign, right? They were initiating those that could be initiated into the reptilian family. Look at Muhammad Ali. I thought I liked this brother, but this brother is a reptilian. Look at these people. Lionel Richie, right? All night long, all night, right? We liked that back when we was back in the day, but he's showing his allegiance to the fallen angels, that these are the fallen angels, and they look like you and me and everybody else. That's why you got to try every spirit, not the flesh. You can't go and come up with a test, right, for the physical body to pass, for it to prove whether or not it's a child of God or not. You got to try the spirit. You got to go inwardly and see if that person is of God or not. And unfortunately, these people don't like the scriptures. That's why they don't read them. That's why they don't confess a Hawashai. These are the reptilians. A man's enemy are they of his own household. And so a Hawashai, he did not come to bring peace with the reptilians, because they would take over the whole world. They would be the world in which he has come to destroy, to cast these people out of his world. So he came to set division. And now, with the purpose of the people of the covenant to no longer be deceived, come out of Christianity, when in the last days, yea, before you, Enoch, Ahawashai, King Solomon, Christ, return with your city to this land. Think about that. Return with your city to this land. I was writing in my notes the other night about the Mandela effect. And a lot of you need to understand that the greatest example of the Mandela effect is Christianity. Like I said, it is the greatest form of witchcraft. And the greatest form of the Mandela effect is Christianity. And for a lack of better words, the King James Bible. Because what they did is they caused, even with the King James Bible, Christianity went above that and caused greater deception, to the point that they disassociated the connection between who is who. Your Jesus Christ is Enoch, the angel Metatron. He is King Solomon. Like I said, this is the greatest video game of all time. And this person that we're calling the Son of God, we're not calling him the Son of God based upon the flesh. We're calling him the Son of God based upon, we know that this is a simulation and that he has been playing many avatars in this video game. But you Christians don't know that, because of the spiritual Mandela effect that has been cast upon you, right? They changed things and you don't understand what they changed. And so you are caught up in the deception. And those of you that are caught up in the deception cannot be the people of the covenant. You have to be the creation of the devil, walking and living as a black person, believing that you are a black person, that you're a Christian. That is part of the deception, because that wasn't what our people were called in the beginning. Did not, how would say, my people shall be called by my name. So we are the people of Ahawa. We're not Hebrew Israelites. But see, like I said, a lot of the Hebrew Israelites and their leaders are all a part of this show, this reptilian show. And they will pretend to be like us until the very end. And that's what Christianity is about. It is a deception. They're pretending to be us. I can't stress that enough. I said, let me finish reading this out. All right, when in the last days before you, Enoch, return with your city to this land, the watchers who were driven out to the vicinity of the earth, those that were cast down by the spiritual King David, will send signs to the children of men with the purpose of ending their diseases. Why do you think that they're sending the migrants back? Why do you think they're casting out of the government? And it's going to happen throughout all of these corporations, all of these people that fell underneath the DEI. And DEI is the new way of saying black people, or people who the white establishment do not care to have around them. And so you're going to see all of this. They're going to do away with all of this, because this is what they want from these fallen angels that were cast out of heaven. This is why they're telling you that this may not be coming from space, but these beings could be coming right from earth, and they know it. And they know it, and it's all written right in the word. Will send signs to the children of men with the purpose of ending their diseases, their religions, and their false prophets, and the scriptures. And see, this, and then the religions, this pretty much already happened, because Christianity ended your faith in Yahweh and the scriptures, right? Because they sought to change them. And you'll read right in this book here that Yahweh sends us into the world, his elect, into the world, whenever these reptilians change the scriptures and their false messages, and provide them with an alliance, and thus with the support of Satan, Donald Trump. Right? Donald Trump is Satan. He is Lucifer, the ruler of the world. The president of the United States of America is the ruler of the world. They will again come to be among you at the invitation of the rulers of the earth. And gradually they will enslave the sons of men again. So this is what these smart cities are about. They're enslaving the entire city to be underneath their all-seeing eye and under their control. But listen to what it says. Except in the church of King David, where my only begotten will have coated his elect of power from on high to overcome the forces of the enemy. Like I told you, that resurrection, that first resurrection, does not contain any Christian or anybody of any other religion. It only contains the children of Israel, or the children of Yahweh, right? Because that's one of the things that they removed. It contains the children of Yahweh, the children of the Most High only. And when we're raised from the dead, we are what? We're going to overcome the forces of the enemy. Let's go here. Let's go to another tab, because this is important. And again, if this video ends up being 2 or 3 hours long, then the Most High shall bless it to be so. But you got to understand what's happening. You're 89 seconds now. You have to get it right, which means that if you're still looking to celebrate Valentine's Day if you're looking to celebrate your birthday, if you're looking to continue the course that you were on, then you're done. All right, so now let's go here. Let's go to the war scroll. And let's now prove what it says in Ezekiel chapter 37, that the bones which are raised are renewed, restored to life, are all the children of Israel, an exceedingly great army. Let's read about this great army here. Let's see if not this is a war between those who are controlling the avatars in this world, or if it's a war between the avatars. This is why Paul said we wrestle not with flesh and blood. We understand that this is a video game and that we're not fighting. It's not a real fight for the characters in the game to fight. We got to fight those that are controlling the characters, if you understand. So what does it say here? This is War Scroll 1QM, and I'm going to read verse 1, and it says, for the instructor of the rule of the war, the first attack of the sons of light, meaning the sons of Ahawa, shall be to undertake against the forces of the sons of darkness. All right, the army of Belial, the troops of Edom, Moab, the sons of Ammon, the Amaleks, right? The Philistines, the troops of Kittim and of Ashar. Supporting them are those who violated the covenant. You see? Hold on. Let's go back here. Let's go back here. I told y'all, man, this is the Church of King David. We cannot afford not to get it right. We may stumble and fall, but we're going to get back up. But let's read this. And it says here, and now with the support of the people of the covenant, to no longer be deceived. But listen to what we find here. The people that are going to support the Satan and his avatars in this world are going to be some of the people, right? Some of black people. And this is what we call today Christianity, and following behind any of their other religions. Supporting them are those who have violated the covenant, right? Some of the sons of Levi, some of you black folks, right? Judah, the sons of Benjamin, those exiled to the wilderness shall fight against them against their troops. All right. When the exiles of the sons of light return from the wilderness of the people's church in the wilderness of Jerusalem. Let's go here. Man, this connects to so many things. All right, let's go here. Let's go here. If you don't know who King David is by now, there's no way you're going to be a part of that remnant. We can't have any fear. So we're praying for you, children of Ahawa, to come out of that darkness. Stop supporting the children of the devil. Belial means devil. So this connects with so many things. Like I told you, Christianity is the greatest Mandela effect that they ever pulled on the wolves of the world. They pulled that right over your eyes. To cause you to believe something that was never true. It is not true. And that's why it says here in the War Scrolls that some of you black people who are the violators of the covenant. You're violating the covenant. You know you're not supposed to be, you know, wishy-washy, you know what I'm saying? Happy-go-lucky. You're not supposed to do that. That's a violation of the covenant. You know you're not supposed to be with the women of the other nations. That's a violation of the covenant. You know you're not even supposed to even seek to get a divorce. That's a violation of the covenant. Unless you have just cause to do so. And many of you do not. You do not. Your pastors and ministers are just allowing you to become what? Violators of the covenant. In other words, your marriage to my grandfather, you have cast away. All right, so let me go here. All right, I'm going to address this first thing here. All right, when it says the army of Belial, the troops of Edom and Moab. All right, let's these two, even though the rest of these are also going to be named. We're going to look up. You see how they don't want us to have this truth, but we're not going to stop. We can't stop. All right, bear with us. Bear with us. Let's just restart it. That wicked AI is trying to stop this. You see, now it says the site can't be reached. Don't worry about it. We're going to reach it. We're going to pray that a Hawa makes them allow this lesson to go through. All right, so I'm looking for they're just trying to slow it down, but just be patient. Have a good temperament and wait for it. This is not a YouTube short. This is not a YouTube quickie. We here for the long haul. Because I'm going to show you something, right? That again, this is a battle between the controllers of the avatar, those that are controlling the characters in this simulation. Again, this is why the Apostle Paul said that we wrestle not with the avatars, but we are mindful that we are doing battle with the controllers of the avatar. Y'all see that, right? I'm clicking right on Psalms 83 and it does not want to give it to me. Because we are at war now. And this war is playing out even as we are trying to search for righteous information to teach the citizens of my grandfather's kingdom. They want to stop this. We are doing battle right here in this video. You can see that. So it's going to go to Psalms 1 because they don't want this truth to come out. And so what does it say in Revelations chapter 12? That the dragon challenged the woman. They are monitoring and everything you do. You say, but you didn't understand. You didn't understand why. Let's see if it's going to act right now. Look at this. Look at this. This is them responding, but it's okay because judgment is coming. And Yahweh is going to beat down all of King David's foes. So I'm not wrestling with them in the flesh. I'm wrestling with you in the spirit. I'm fighting you in the spirit, right? I got my game control in my hand outside of this world, and I'm controlling this avatar here. I'm controlling the avatar of mine not to give up. Why did you think Yahweh allowed them to create these video games? So that you could understand something that your grandparents could never imagine could be true. You see? Oh, see this. All right, let's get out of here. We just gonna fight back. And that's why we need brothers to join in order to fight back. And if the men won't do it, you sisters do it. Fight back. They just want to waste the time, but I'm gonna sit here until I get it. And I'm not going to cut this part out because I want y'all to witness this. And what this should tell you is that these companies, that these websites are all controlled by the same entity. There's no such thing as this fast food company or that fast food company. They are all controlled and owned by the same individuals. And then when you go to them, you got to understand what you're going to. When you go in there and get that chick sandwich, y'all know what I mean. Does not that building have a 6 over top of it? Yes, it does. All right, our digital angels have fought back. Like it says in the War Scroll, this is a battle between the sons of light and the sons of darkness. And we're talking about inner. You see that? It's unresponsive. All right, let's see if it gives it to us right here. If it doesn't, I'm gonna stop the video and I'm gonna come back when it pulls it up. Okay, so now 2 hours later, let's jump right back into this. What I want you to see here in the War Scroll, which is to say the War Scroll of Ahawa, is when it's listing these nations, that they are the nations of the devil, right? Let's match that up with Psalms 83, when it says the churches of Edom. You see Edom, Moab, Edom, Moab, Ammon, Amalek, the Philistines, and then it will say the troops of Kittim, which I don't think is listed here, but they are all the nations or the races that are of the devil. Okay, these are not nations that are made from my heavenly Father. Okay, so let me repeat that. So those that are on the side of darkness, that are the sons of darkness, are Edom, Moab, which is Europeans, the Chinese, the Japanese, right? The Philistines, y'all know who that is. And so they are the main ones, along with Ishmael, right here, right? Which are the Arabs today, which are the people that you call the Arabians or the Saudi Arabians or the Muslims. Okay, they are listed here as being the forces of the sons of darkness, the army of Belial, right? The troops of these nations. And so when we read here in Psalms 83, when it says, keep not thou silent, O Ahawa, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Ahawa. For lo, thy enemies. See, the reason why these nations down here, right? These are the main three right here. Right? The European, where you get Christianity from, Islam, and all that Eastern philosophies that you get coming out of China and Japan, right? Because Moab is the Chinese and Ammon is Japan. Okay. And Amalek is one of the worst ones too. All right. These people are the enemies of my grandfather. And it says, for lo, thy enemies make a tumult or a noise, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. That crafty counsel is Christianity. Like it or not, it's Christianity. They but all want to shut down everything that I'm trying to do here. All right, so that crafty counsel is these religions that is named down here. Tabernacle is another way of saying church. The church of Europeans, which is Christianity. The Muslims and the Chinese. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a race, that the name Ahawa may be no more in remembrance, because the nation was named after Ahawa. My people are called by my name. They have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. So when we read here about the sons of light and the sons of darkness, now we understand why they are listed here as being the armies of the devil. Belial, Belial, look it up. It means devil. So the army of Belial, or the army of Belial, is to say the army of darkness. But let's continue. It says, supporting them are those who have violated the covenant, the sons of Levi, the sons of Judah, the sons of Benjamin. Those exiled to the wilderness shall fight against them of Jerusalem. So this is why it's not strange to see that in their armies, you have even our people who have joined their forces. And to join their forces is to join the forces of Belial, the devil. All right, so let's continue. And it says, then after the battle, they shall go up from that place, and something about, and the king of Kittim shall enter into Egypt, and his time shall go forth with great wrath to do battle against the kings of the north, and his anger he shall set out to destroy and eliminate the strength of Israel, or the children of Ahawa. You see? And isn't that what it says in Daniel? I almost hate to go and open up another tab for the blue letter because it's just acting up. But that's what it says in Daniel. But let me go back here while we wait on that. And it says, then there shall be a time of salvation for the people of God, and a time of dominion for all the men of his forces, and eternal annihilation for all the forces of Belial. So if you're in their military, you are going to face this when Christ comes, when Enoch returns with his city. Eternal annihilation for the troops of the devil. There shall be great panic among the sons of Japheth. Assyria shall fall with no one to come to his aid, and the supremacy of Kittim, right? The supreme white people in this world, the supremacy of Kittim shall cease. That wickedness be overcome without a remnant, right? So there's not going to be any of these people left, as it says in the book of Obadiah, that none shall be remaining of the house of Esau. So these people are facing a eternal annihilation. So going back to Donald Trump, from the Church of King David's perspective, we understand why he just would just play that down, because they don't want you to understand how they are about to enslave and take over the world. And the fact that Donald Trump signed that executive order ending the DEI program, which affects a lot of God's people. He has started this war. He has literally started this thing. As you see, the blue letter is still acting up. So by him doing that, he has initiated the end of the world, because he is persecuting black folks. And I don't blame them for doing it, because a lot of us have taken a lot of these jobs, and we get on these jobs and we want to play as opposed to becoming professional. The best way to represent your God is to be the best worker available on any job, not just to show up and just say, I'm just here to kill time, but you're supposed to show up like Joseph and do the best that you can do. Be perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. And so this thing has started right with that executive order. And y'all knew it was coming, dealing with him. All right. And it says, there shall be no survivors of the sons of darkness. You see? There shall be no survivors of the sons of darkness. I'll read another verse or so. And then it says, then the sons of righteousness shall shine to all the ends of the world. Right? So as the sun has gone dark and the light of Christ is lighting up from within our bodies, we're going to be the sunlight or the light of the world, literally. So let me read this again. Then the sons of righteousness shall shine to all the ends of the world, continuing to shine forth until end of the appointed season of darkness. Then at the time appointed by Yahweh, his great excellence shall shine for all the times of eternity. So we get to shine and be his light until he shines. So that's amazing. They don't teach you this in those churches. All right, for peace and blessing and glory and joy and long life for all sons of light. So Christians, you don't get this. Like I said, you have been affected by the Mandela effect. You have been given a placebo faith with a pill with nothing in it. Everything that you believe that pill is supposed to give you has never been for you. It's only been for us, the sons of light. On the day when Kittim fall, there shall be a battle and horrible carnage before Yahweh of Israel, right? Before the God of the children of Yahweh. For it is a day appointed by him from ancient times as a battle of annihilation for the sons of darkness. On that day, the congregation of the gods and the congregation of men shall engage one another, resulting in carnage. So whoa. Let's look at another verse here. Because what did Yahushua say that we were? He said, is it not written in your law that I have said? And this is John chapter 10, around verse 34. He says, is it not written in your law that I said that ye are gods? Right? So we are gods according to the law of God, which is indestructible. So let me read this again. On that day, the congregation of the gods. Wait a minute. See, if this internet wasn't acting up, this video would be like that. I'm going to pause it one more time. I'm going to try to fix this problem so that y'all can see. So y'all can see exactly what all of this is connecting to. So when we're talking about the reptilian takeover of the world, it's going to end with a fight with the military of the children of Yahweh. with the military of the children of Ahawa doing battle with the sons of darkness. All right, so let's see this. This is Psalms 83. I believe I want to go to Psalms, I think it's 86. And I want to confirm that the congregation of the gods is written in the King James Version Bible. So if you read the War Scroll and books like this, and you find evidence in the King James, you must support it. You must support it. So again, I'm gonna stop this real quick and then we'll be right back. Again, 2 hours later, they let us back in. So let's go back to the War Scroll where it says that, where it says right here, on that day, the congregation of the gods, right? Which is written in the King James. What it says in Psalms 82, not 83, verse 1, that God standeth in the congregation of the mighty. He judges among the gods. If you're not one of the gods, then you're not going to face judgment day. You can't, because the law of God is not in you for you to be judged by the Most High. So again, we see that here. On that day, the congregation of the gods and the congregation of men shall engage one another, resulting in great carnage. The sons, the internet is messing up, so we'll just have to be careful. And it says, the sons of light and the forces of darkness shall fight together to show the strength of God with the roar of a great multitude and the shout of gods and men, a day of disaster. It is a time of distress for all the people who are redeemed by God. In all their afflictions, none exists that is like it, hastening to its completion as a eternal redemption. On the day of the battle against Kittim, they shall go forth. They shall go forth for carnage in the battle. In 3 lots, the sons of light shall stand firm, so as to strike a blow at witness. And in 3, about themselves, so as to force the retreat of the forces of light. So this will be a battle like y'all never seen before. But let me read that again. And in 3 lots, the sons of light shall stand, so as to strike a blow at wickedness. And in 3, the army of the devil shall strengthen themselves, so as to force the retreat of the forces of light. Like I told you, like in the book of Enoch, they strike the chariot of the Most High, and all the angels that are inside the chariot of the Most High go into great agitation. So this is going to be a battle like y'all wasn't anticipating. Like you wasn't anticipating in Christianity. They don't teach you this war, the prophecy about the war of wars. Okay, and we're here. Themselves as for retreat of the light, when Anna, the infantry, causes their hearts to melt the hearts of light. That's Revelation chapter 11. When our body shall be lying in to the great city for 3 days and a half. Okay, and we finish this off. And it says, in the 7th lot, the hand shall overcome Baal and angels of his dominion. So all of you in the military, God is he's going to destroy you and all the angels of his dominion. And all the men of his forces shall be destroyed forever. Which means Yahweh has destroyed your body and your spirit. There's no way you can reincarnate. This is why you're not going to be left with a remnant, because he's going to destroy both body and spirit in this war. Now, with that being said, let's go back to the sealed book. See, they just wanted to mess up that spiritual flow that I had. Y'all know. So again, it says now with the people of the covenant to no longer be deceived, when in the last days before you, Enoch, return with your city to the land, the watchers who were driven out to the vicinity of the earth or cast out of heaven will send signs to the children of men with the purpose of ending their diseases, their religions, and their false prophets, and the scriptures and their false messages, and provide them with an alliance, and thus with the support of Satan, the ruler of the world, they will again come to be among you at the invitation of the rulers of the earth, and gradually they will enslave you again, except in the church of King David, except in Zion, where my only begotten will have coated his elect of power from on high to overcome the forces of the enemy and to rescue those who are loyal to me. It is for this reason that I, Yahweh, will leave these exposed stones after the flood, so that they may know for themselves that the earthly man has never had the capacity of erecting these old structures, but yea, his dominators. So these people that are coming in are the dominators. I want you to go back and I want you to think about what they did when they forced, the Democrats to come in and watch that inauguration. It is like they were made to come and watch it, because their dominators are here in the form of people like Donald Trump and the Trump family. They are your dominators. Now, I was going to get into some other stuff again, but because the internet is messing up so bad, we'll come back to this and finish these other tabs out at another time, right? And how so many Christians, how so many Hebrew Israelites are all showing that they are a part of the reptilian agenda, that fallen agenda. And so you can't be deceived by anyone. Let no man deceive you of these things. And so you have to be really careful. This is why the safe house is the Church of King David. The Most High created it to be a safe house for us to go into, as we just read. It is the only place that you can be coated with that spirit or that power from among high, right? In the Church of King David, as it says here. Let me read it again. Except in Zion, right? I want you heads of the household to pay attention to this. Except in Zion, where my only begotten will have coated his elect of power from on high to overcome the forces of the enemy, to rescue those who are loyal to me. So that's our job. We are here to do the greater works, to rescue all of you who are loyal to Yahweh. Now, not so many of y'all appear to be loyal to Yahweh, because I know brothers who understand. They understand that the Most High's name is Yahweh, but they're not being loyal to Yahweh. They're not being loyal to Yahweh at all. And so we are here to rescue those who are loyal to Yahweh. And to be loyal to Yahweh, you have to read the scriptures. You have to be willing to go out there and try to save another soul. And so that's what we're here for. We're not here for anybody else. And it says again, except in Zion, where my only begotten have voted his elect of power. And let me go to this scripture here, because I keep saying that the Hebrew Israelites also be doing those demonic hand signs and those gestures. Some of them do it when they open up their teaching session, and they show you that they do those messianic hand signs or those gestures to show you that they are a part of this reptilian agenda. So we should not be amazed because a man says that he believes in the name of Yahweh. The devils also know that there is one name for the Most High and his only begotten Son. But we should not marvel at that they believe that. So why shouldn't it be that some of you would also do the same thing? But again, all right, so let's prove that Israel will not obtain that which it seeketh for. Just bear with this internet for the night. Hopefully we'll get it fixed and resolved. We'll have a proper lesson. So again, you have to understand what is going on. The safe house is the church of King David, the tabernacle of David. If you don't want to go into it, you're short. You're short. And flesh and blood cannot enter into it. You can only enter into it through your spirit. That's it. And this is why Israel, aka the Hebrew Israelites, will not obtain what they seek it for. Because many of them are joined to that reptilian agenda. I mean, what you know, it just like when Kanye West came out and he was, he was just so bugging out and confused about what was really going on. It was almost as if, he was told by his masters to go out there and try to fake another aspect of what is happening in Black America, that Black America is turning away from the white religious supremacy. And it was almost as if they were trying to set him up to be a false David. And that quickly came to an end, that quickly came to an end because he's a part of that reptilian agenda. He's a reptilian. This is a shame what they're doing. But we can't let them stop this truth. But I'm not going to hold y'all up. But let's see if we can get it. If not, let's just keep it going. All right, so as you see here, all of these people, Erykah Badu, Donna Summers, Eminem, Rudy Rose, Rick, whatever you say his last name is, Muhammad Ali, Antonio, Banderas, Alacrowley, right? What are they doing the same thing as this man? This man is one of the biggest known Satanists on the planet. The sign of Osiris risen, right? So this is who they really worship. Carrie Fisher as Star Wars fictitious Princess Leia or Princess Leia. But let's see what else they have for us. See the hand signs here with this guy? You know, you see Trump doing this all the time. Michael Jackson covering his one eye. This is in the scriptures. Look at Jackie Chan covering his one eye, making the 666 hand sign. Right? Muammar Gaddafi, he was a part of it. He's probably still alive if he ain't died by natural causes. Lil Wayne here. And so, like I said, you see a lot of Christians doing this. You see a lot of the Hebrew Israelites doing this. And so why are they doing it? Because they're part of that reptilian agenda. Let me find it in the Legend of the Jews. Now look at all these people. I don't know most of them, but maybe you do. Let me blow this up some, so you can see it better. But all of these people, seems like the picture's not going to get blown up anymore. Let's go and let's find some other. See, this is the Eye of Horus, the Masonic Eye of Horus. These are chefs from Spain. That's why I don't know any of them, because I've never been there. But these nobodies are doing it. And so when we go into the Legend of the Jews, I'm going to read a verse that tells us that the Egyptians received their power when they were contesting Moses from the angels of destruction. So that proves that these people, that when you speak about the Illuminati, that these people received their power from the dark angelic forces. So we're going to read about that. Hussein Bolt. I mean, we can just keep going on and on. This clone right here, with Taylor Swift. Tom Cruise and Kanye West. I mean, these people know what they're doing. Look, young Michael Jackson right there. Look at these people. They're all showing you there's not none. And so this has come to a full. Now it says the triad claw. As you see here, it's the way that they space their hand to communicate. What does it say here? The triad claw tied to the reptilian dragon's claw also signals the letter M and W, which both symbolize 666 from the 3 V's. So these people got all kinds of ways to show you that they're part of that reptilian agenda. So again, we wrestle not with flesh and blood, but with the operators of these avatars. All right, so let me find that verse in the Legend of the Jews. where it says that. And again, I apologize for the internet being interrupted. Hopefully we'll get it fixed in the next video, you heads of the household, and the videos will go and run smoothly. So again, the topic of this video today was 89 seconds left till midnight, which means that they don't have much time. There's not much time for y'all to make a decision to convert or not to convert. You don't have much time to make up your minds about that. Because if you don't convert, then your sins are not blotted out. Whatever you did in the avatar, if you don't convert, it's going to be held against you. But if you convert and come back to your heritage, then your sins are blotted out. Why wouldn't you want that? All right, so the internet, they're just stopping it. So we'll let them win this round. We'll be back for round 2.